Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Planets Through Ascendant video of the week. And today we're going to be covering Sun in the 7th house for Cancer Ascendant people and what happens when Sun is sitting in the 7th house for a Cancer Ascendant individual. And as always, if you do not know where your Sun is placed, what sign it's in, what house it's in, and all the other planetary details and placements, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Sun in the 7th house for Capricorn Ascendant people. What does it do? What does it mean? Well, if you know, for a Cancer Ascendant individual, Sun rules the 2nd house, okay? Rules the 2nd house of family, family lineage, family assets, wealth, education early on in your life. It's your hoarded wealth, earnings. It's also your face, your recognition. So Moon gave this Leo, the regal sign, the 2nd house. Because Moon values family. Moon treats family like a royal throne. Not Moon necessarily, but Cancer Ascendant people. Because it's ruled by Moon. And these people are selfish. Cancer Ascendant people are quite selfish. They love to be treated as a royal person through their family and wealth. They want to hoard the family all to themselves. So then, Lord of this house is in the 7th house. Then, Leo is a very fixed sign. Okay? It has fixed values. Goes into the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is a movable sign, but it is a fixed sign. Why? Because it's ruled by Saturn. Saturn is a very determined planet because Saturn is all about decisions and working towards a certain goal. And what is the sign of Capricorn? Also, sign of Capricorn represents government, authority, administration of the government. It's the society outside. It is your karma sign, Capricorn. Okay? So when Sun is here, you will notice first of all that your father is either in politics, government, or doing business related to, or continuing on legacy of family as the business. Father's earning is coming through business itself. And since earnings is seen from the 2nd house, your earnings are going to come through business as well. Business becomes very important here. And it shows that you value the respect of the government, respect of the masses, respect of people out in the world. You also, even if you create enemies, the enemies will respect you. Kind of like the Godfather, you know, like how they hated Vito Corleone. They hated Michael Corleone. But when they were in presence of these two, they were like bowing to him. They were shaking their hands and kissing them and all sorts of stuff. So this person will demand respect even in front of the enemies. What this also shows is that part of your earning will be happening through business partnership with either your spouse or your father. And Sun, the planet that represents your vitality, your energy, father, ego, self-esteem, being in the 7th house shows me that you were born in the twilight time. Sun was setting, going into the darker side of the world. And this tells me you're very good with communication, number one. Communication-wise and creating network circle is very easy for you. Creating friends is very easy for you. Even though you care about them or not, that's a different thing. But because you were born in that twilight time, Sun is being supported by Mercury because this is the hour of the Mercury when Sun sets. And shows that your family itself is very much involved in politics, government-related issues. And 7th house is not only the house of partnerships or business or spouse, but it's also the house of career. Why is it the house of career? Because 7th house is 10th from the 10th. So it shows you will have a very bright career, because even though sun is setting, sun is still a very, very bright, hot planet. And especially shows later on in your life, especially after the age of 27, 28, sun rises again. And that's where these people kind of like find that fame. But especially when it comes to public service, social welfare, social reform, NGO, nonprofit organization, business related to metals, business related to antique furniture, anything old, rusting becomes very, very huge part of your life. Pretty much helping the normal people out there, because this is the sign that is controlled by Saturn. Saturn represents servants. Saturn represents, the people who are doing manual labor, people who are blue-collar worker. So who is the one who's dealing with these people at all times? A politician, right? Governor, congressman, president, prime minister. So very strong inclination towards these things. But just remember, your earning is definitely coming through doing business and business partnership. But obviously, look at the position of Saturn. Position of Saturn will guide this sun as to which direction of business this person is going to go to. Okay? And you as a person, your ego is very much dependent upon your family assets, your family values, how your reputation is out in the world, and how much you know politically about your home and your homeland. When you know all these things to perfection, when all these things are happening right, your ego shines. One thing gets disturbed, you kind of become imbalanced in there. Because remember, this is the sign of enemy. This is the enemy sign of sun, Capricorn. This is also the enemy house of the sun, 7th house, ruled by Venus. This is also the position where sun starts to get weak. Remember, it's going down, 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 down. So this is where it's a very fragile position of the sun, where everything has to be perfect at all times for it to be balanced out. Okay? So guys, this is my analysis of sun in the 7th house for Cancer, Sun, and people. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And again, if you want to know where your sun is placed and all the other astrological information, my books, reports, consultations, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tonight with interview with Michael Reed. And we'll continue on with our videos tomorrow and the day afterwards. Bye-bye.